Hello, this is not something that you have to do. This is just for those people who are finding that they need extra things in their planner, but you certainly will not upset Miss Dempsey's feelings if you choose, nope, I will not be clicking on this today. But if you are, I found a story that ties in with our sound this week. It's called The Switch Trick. So I'm going to press a button and activate my storytelling voice. And for those who would like to, let us read this story together. The Switch Trick. When Bendy Betty woke up, she could not bend. "This is a disaster," cried Bendy Betty. When Max Many Hands woke up, he could not juggle. "This is a disaster," cried Max Many Hands. The ringmaster found out what had happened to his performers. "This is a disaster," cried the ringmaster. Then he had an idea. "Tonight the two of you will perform each other's act," said the ringmaster. "I'm not sure Bendy Max sounds right," said Max. "I'm not sure Betty Many Hands sounds right either," said Betty. "I can only juggle 5 tissue boxes," said Betty. "I can only bend my legs over my shoulders," said Max. "You need lots of practice," said the ringmaster. Wonder how many boxes of tissues you can juggle, you one. Max taught Betty how to juggle balls, plates, rings and hats. She easily juggled 5 rings, but she could not juggle 4 chairs. "It isn't easy. You need lots of practice," said Max. Uh-oh. Betty showed Max how to touch his belly with his nose, and then his legs, knees and toes. Max easily touched his bottom with his nose, but he could not touch his back. "It isn't easy. You need lots of practice," said Betty. I couldn't touch my bottom with my nose. Wow, they're clever, aren't they? Betty practiced juggling chairs. Max practiced touching his back with his nose. There's some signs. This says, "Hush, we are practicing." "Shh, we are practicing." "Quiet, we are practicing." It was soon time for the show. Betty missed her bendy body. Max missed his fast hands. "We shall perform together," said Max. "Good idea," said Betty. So it doesn't say Bendy Betty, it says Betty Many Hands. I think they like things the way they were. Betty began to juggle. There she is. Max began to bend. Then something funny happened. Betty felt her body becoming bendy. Max felt his fast hands return. Betty began to bend and juggle. Max began to bend, juggle and bend. Nearly everybody was very happy. The next day, when Bendy Betty awoke, she could bend, but not juggle. When Max woke, he could juggle, but not bend. Everybody was very happy that things were normal again. Everybody except one. I wonder what this poster says. I wonder if you can read this word. It says cancelled. No more Betty Many Hands and no more Bendy Max. Now here's some questions which I love. It says, who was not happy at the end and why? Good answers, correct. It was the ringmaster, and I wonder why he wasn't happy. Because he couldn't get the act he wanted. Next question. Why did Max and Betty decide to perform together? Right, because they were having trouble, weren't they? And they decided by working as a team. And what does it say here? What can Max bend over with his shoulders? can Max bend over? Miss Dempsey needs to go back and look because, you know, Miss Dempsey's brain is not as young and new as yours. What can Max bend over with? Oh, his back. Is it bending his back? Oh, Max easily touched his bottom with his nose, and he touched his belly with his nose, his leg and his toes. Are we on the right track? Oh, I can only bend my legs over my shoulders. So there you go. Mr. Dempsey played text detective. She went back through and she was able to answer the questions. Now, thank you if you joined me with that story. If you liked it, this was from Reading Eggs, and it was not a true story. It was a made-up story, so it's a fiction story. And they have some questions here which we're going to work on in class called comprehension to help you understand. So thank you very much for joining with my story and for letting me put on my story time voices. See you guys.